smack back into it. I want to say welcome if you're now joining us. What up? What up? What
We're
up?
dealing with the past today and how important is someone's past in the present relationship. You know, if you find out something you didn't know or you know, would it affect it in the sense that you don't have nothing. You know, Rudy was saying a good point about forgiveness, and I guess every situation is different. How they find out, why you didn't tell me, that is a big part of it too, Ajay. If you had to hear from down the road and you never tell the person you're with, that could be a bigger problem than what the actual thing is. If you understand.
True that.
Because many women, and I'm talking for women here, would accept a man's past and his
transgressions,
right,
depending on what it is,
and yeah, of course, everything with a limit, but in the sense that he was honest enough. You see, honesty with women is very important. So if a man step up and say, here, what, a real check for you and stuff, or want us to be on the wee road, but have a little pass I need to sit down and tell you about, you know, and a woman will respect a man 100%. Over a year down the road, she had a find out from a cousin who do some investigating that didn't make her 6 months with him in the jail.
Yeah, but
that's what she find out.
Again, we were saying earlier before we stopped, what he went to jail for is a big issue.
Well,
Because it's like this. You and a young lady, we rode, into the thing. You know, she decide, hey, honey, I want to go to the water world. Where? Harry's Water Park? No. Water world.
What a word.
In Orlando. You sure you don't go Harry's? You sure, Miguel? Harry's close, you know, it's right down there. Santana and them living down there. We could pass by Santana and eat something and then go down. No, I want to go to Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Well, don't worry, I'll organize it. I'll get everything. You go get visas, whatever. Nah, can't work. I mean, well, about 5 years ago, I'd get locked up now. My vision was moving some weight. And a young lady might say, well, okay, cool. That's in the past. You change, we can work around that. I believe it depends on what you was incarcerated for. What kind of jail you make?
So a jail is not a jail.
A jail is not a jail, Daddy.
Jail is not a jail.
Jail is not a jail.
A jail is
so forgiveness is not forgiveness.
It's not a jail.
I can never with a man who rape, or what about even domestic violence, beat a woman and end up making a 3 months.
So
we can't move on.
Saying, forgiveness is not forgiveness.
I can't.
Yeah, listen, it is God's place to forgive.
Yeah,
for certain things.
Because there are 2 rules. You live by the rule of God.
No, listen.
And you live by the rule of the land, right?
Understand this, bro.
Uh-huh.
Man is placed here to do godly things, right? God will hope that you can live up to the commandments. But it is God's responsibility to forgive certain things because the human nature doesn't allow it.
And it's not in your responsibility
because,
to forgive,
all right.
forgive certain things.
No, you could try. You could try. Trust what I'm saying. You could try. But there's certain things a human being cannot stomach.
All right. What do you mean? What I mean? Say I meet a man, fall in love, hot rasta man, fall in love, and then 3 years after find out he had do 8 years for rape. Mash breaks one time. I could never respect a man who.
Well, maybe he redeemed himself. He was young. 8 years ago, he was young.
Well, that's cool.
So if he,
and for me, it's God to and the woman who got raped to forgive him, not me. I can't. That
but he never
interfered
raped
with children, beating children, abuse.
So you tell him it's a lie to you then?
No, I'm just saying, if I find out, that's it. That's my principles.
So you tell
how
him
I can watch a
then?
man who rape and beat a woman and watching if he's and want to go further. That's not me to forgive.
But if within that time you was with him, Nikki, remember that's 8 years ago, right? At the time when you with him,
he do 8 years.
He do 8 years.
He do 8 years.
Right, but it's done.
It's done. He do 8 years.
So it was 8 years ago.
Right.
Because he served 8 years, right? You are now with the individual and he shows no signs of what he did 8 years ago. And to you, he's loving. He's everything you have wanted or ever wanted in a man.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm too emotional to that.
So,
I cannot.
So
at no point in time it had any indication that he's going to be abusive to you or do anything. You still let's go and chop you and be like, oh yeah, the rape 8 years ago, we done.
Yeah.
Well, if you have 2 children with the man?
Well, you're going into a whole next thing. You see, I can't respect a man. And once who has done something like that to a woman, Rape is a serious thing in my. That is a woman's biggest fear, Jaiga.
All right, well, let me ask you this then.
Biggest fear in life,
with the man.
Get raped is our biggest fear.
With the man, thing, all the years past, thing,
Right.
all the good, going on good.
Right.
All they moved to a house that he had in Belanger somewhere. Yeah. And he happened to hear that in that house in the backyard, 3 years killed years ago, 10 years ago, all them buried in the back. They're buried in the yard. Are you now going to be concerned for yourself? You're living with him 5 years now and you never see signs. He love you.
But he love you, and
So
I love him.
You want to pack up yourself and leave.
Yeah.
But he
I
never.
can't believe you asking me that question.
Nobody come out and he
Yes,
tell you
boss,
because
yes,
he found that you are the right person for him so
So
he
he
can
come
find
and
within
he-
himself.
He come
We
and
need
tell
to
me he
talk.
killed 3 men and they bury in the back.
3 women.
3 women. Oh, God! You see how Jaiga never like to take it to the next level.
How do I take this to the next
So
level?
he never get catch on that. He just buried 3 women.
You are the only person he confide
He
in, and this
confide.
happened 20 years ago, while he was a teenager.
It depends on what he bury. Now, where's $20 million he bury and make we could talk.
So you see, look at your values that's going out the door.
How can I
because,
be with a man who killed 3 women and bury them in the backyard?
but you can beat a man who buried 20 million like thief 10 years ago.
Yeah, I could be that thief.
You can beat a-
I have principles.
You're right,
I just saying, right?
thief.
I just saying, right?
I have principles. I could be that thief. I can't be that killer.
Public- just want to know.
Public service announcement. If you are taking your kids to lessons, camp or anything,
just want to
take
know, right?
off the radio. Because if Nikki
So
is
you're
what
telling
we
me
have
to
to
lie to
depend
you
on,
then? That's what I want to know.
We on the wee road. That 20 million will be on the wee road with us.
that you just put all your values down the drain. You know,
But
flush
everybody have standards. I talking for me. I could be the same
it.
way
Better you are
say.
caught because your standards ain't good at all. So it better you are caught here because your standard ain't good.
All right, Jaiga, you see what you just say? You meet a man, you love him, and then, he tell you how he do it 2 years because he bring in 2 kilos and he get da-da-da. There are certain standards. Women
All right.
would let certain things be. You tell yourself he's a hustler, certain things you could pass
Yeah,
with.
but-
I
Question,
cannot pass
question.
with rapists, abuse, or killing.
Question. Let
I'm a
me
standard.
switch it around, right? Let me switch it around. If it is the girl that you're with, you wait. You say wait 3 years, and you do the right thing and never had any intercourse with her, right? No soaking was involved, right?
For 3 years?
Yeah, for 3 years.
In Trinidad and
You say you're
Tobago?
doing it the right way, and then at the moment you're about to marry her, she decided to tell her that she has HIV.
Well, that got it a whole
That's
different.
a whole different thing, bro.
You always
You
left
mean?
so.
But I love you.
Yeah, but
I
that's
wait,
No, when I
different.
kiss- yeah, but in a
I
case
wait
like that-
and you still ain't tell me.
all right. To be honest with you, in the no time,
Oh, yeah.
how medicine and everything has evolved, they can still get married and still have sex and still do whatever.
Yeah,
That none and void right now in this time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not that serious anymore.
But you are saying that she never told you.
Yeah, well,
That's
that is
your
what- that is
issue.
what I- that is what I
The
dealing
issue
with
is
there.
not HIV.
That is what I dealing with there.
The fact is that she never. But
Yeah, but you've been in a relationship for 3 years, so in that 3 years, you already created a bond and it has some strong love. So she could
Wait,
talk
mean,
away
that
out
don't
of
mean
that
that to
daddy.
touch you?
Yeah, but daddy, you cannot be in a committed relationship with somebody for 3 years if you on the wee road and decide, okay, we are going to not have sex until marriage.
Why not?
All right, no, hold on. I'm saying you can't be in a relationship for 3 years and you're all in the same discussion that we're not going to have sex for 3 years and living in that life and living in love. You understand? And then when it's time to get married, that story come out and it just fall apart. Listen, it have plenty room for conversation there, brother.
yeah.
Because all they was in love for 3 years, all they make a decision not to. And you might respect the woman more because that is the reason why she wanted to not have sex to get to that point. And now that the love and the bond get so tight,
You talking
it's
about
easier
a, you
to
talking
walk through.
about a good female,
I mean,
I talking about the one who would not tell you.
yeah, but no, but she telling you anyways. You know, say she telling you after 3 years.
Yeah, she know. You
It
know,
still
say
tell
that,
you. You
right.
know, say she telling
Stick
you
with
after
your
3
story,
years.
not
Stick with your
really.
story. You're confusing people.
You know, say
You
she
know,
now
say
tell
she
you
tell you
just
after 3
before
years,
you're
just
married.
before you get married.
Right.
In the 3 years, Rudy, all not strangers. Love and it have a bond in the 3 years. The only thing didn't happen was intercourse. So when she going to tell you now, the man,
All right,
any
so
human
that shouldn't
being,
deter your decision. Then. That's what you're
it
telling me.
shouldn't. Because
If you had that strong
if you have a
relationship.
strong relationship, it
That
shouldn't.
foundation.
That is something that you as a man will
But-
be like, all right, thank you, and now it's for him to make a decision
Right.
how we moving forward because you've been loving this person for 3 years,
I
bro.
agree.
But if you're petty and you say, look, I ain't doing that, and you leave same night, you wasn't ready for marriage. You
In the
wasn't
first
ready.
place,
and
you
all
wasn't
didn't have
on
no
it
good
in the first
foundation.
place.
Let's hear what Red Chevy has to say.
Morning, Red Chevy here. Today is a gift, which is why they call it the present. The past is something dead. The future is even brighter. I'll tell you something. I'll big up all Morians because it takes guts in order for them to do what they have to do in order to survive. Because plenty of the well-dressed, well-educated, That's all I'm going to say.
All right. And let me just slipping right there that I am getting on like Selwyn Melville. I'm going to coin the word Morians. So whenever a story comes out with the Morians, this is my word. Let me just put that out there.
All right.
I've created enough words in my time. So I just want to make sure I put that one in the thing there. You see, they don't start to go Morians already.
That's your title.
Nikki, Jaiga morning. I don't care about them past, man. I don't want to know nothing about them past, man. I don't want to know nothing about what happened before me. And thing, I don't want to know what them think. Them things just bring up skeletons. And when the skeletons come out, just hire ticket. I don't want to know nothing. Don't tell me nothing. I don't want to hear about nothing.
Cool. I agree with that. At the end of the day, real men know that. It's kids, yo. When they dealing with small man and thing, they will take them things. That's a childish reaction when they start to study. You also did something, and so what?
Yeah.
That's life, brother. Everybody,
life.
If you've lived over 25 years in this now time, you've been with somebody. It's almost impossible. I'm not saying it doesn't have it. There are women who kept themselves for a long period, way longer than some. But realistically, in this today lifetime, 9 out of every 10 women at 25, between the age of 25 to 30, have been with somebody before you, bro. You ain't special. For the time a man meet a girl these days and feel you is a dapper and you special, you don't start bad. You don't start bad. Do not meet no young girl right now, buddy, who between the ages of 25 to 30, you meet a young girl. Let's say you meet a 28 young lady, 28-year-old who working, advancing herself, just finished a degree, must be looking for a doctorate, she have a good job, she's stable, and you going there as a tanto. Hey, you roadie, man, I do videos, man. You know who I am? I'm on the breakfast party, girl. I'm who I am. And feel what you special, but you not special. You's a dog.
You's a dog.
See, my advice to every youth, man, when you're going to a new relationship, not go in as a dog. You is a dog.
What advice is that, boy?
Because you is a dog. You is nobody. Don't want from the time you go in there that it thinking you is somebody, you're fooling yourself.
Let me hear it from Jens.
In some cases, the past affects your relationship. In some cases, it doesn't. There's different angles that you could look at it. Now, you mentioned something related to jail. There's another angle that you could view it from. If someone is accustomed being promiscuous and they have a problem, say a nymphomaniac problem, they have a situation within them where they always have to pursue women on a consistent basis or men on a consistent basis, but they deal with you differently, it will affect your relationship. So the past has a part to play in some scenarios, and in some it doesn't, because some people can't genuinely change.
Right, cool. And no, she now spark a good point. They are next thing to it, human beings, and you need to understand. You could be, as she said, promiscuous and nympho for all your life, right? And something with the pheromones or something, you meet the weirdest of person, somebody who's totally against your grade. You know, like people normally date in a trend. Like you will date this particular type of girl or this particular person. Sometimes you see this person years after and be like, how two of them end up together? Why? It's wonder. Because I believe it's something in the pheromones that there's a bam, you click with that person and all the things you used to do regularly, you find out, or you meet somebody who does everything.
That's happening in the beginning.
No, understand what I'm saying, bro. Listen, you're living your life all the time. There are things that you enjoy, but you met so many women along the way and they pretend to enjoy it in the moment. That happens that day. Girls you'll meet and your likes, they will pretend to do it like the places you want to do. Like if you're outdoor, you person. Like I
think most couples do that. Somebody is banned in the earlies.
Of course, you know how much girl is going to hike and come home with a rash and bruise and because the man like to hike and then he hiking.
A man, I was like jazz. I went jazz concert and wanted to see boo 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 boo. But I go, yeah, man, it's just.
But then, bam, you meet somebody who, without even saying anything, that's naturally like the things you like and all they click, and you will automatically change. But people might be like,
but that is always.
You know how much girls I know who are real frivolous and fast and there must, you know, Fast and Furious 8 coming, there was 19. We talking Fast and Furious 19. It has women, daddy, that need people. Not necessarily something stable, they just need somebody around them.
Let me throw something at all here. This is 2016. We live in a new age. You know, Jaiga, I know we together 2 years now. And I know we really haven't taken the next step, but I want to take the next step. But before I do that, I need to tell you that Nikki is really short for Nicholas.
Oh, God.
And that could happen.
That's very common now.
Let me hear you.
That's very common.
That's not a movie. That could
That's
very well
you see,
happen.
But that don't happen in Trinidad.
What do you mean?
It cannot happen
Yes,
in Trinidad.
it could happen.
Never.
How you know that?
You know why I'm telling you that? Because we have been bred as a society of tostiness.
Right.
You understand?
That is
You will
why
go,
it could happen.
You will go cinema tonight, Daddy, for the first time, and
that is
jump
why-
in a
and
home,
that is
and for the
why-
time you pull up home,
And
you living by yourself, yeah? You coming inside, though. Daddy, I telling you, well, for me, it will never happen because I making sure Daddies have no way a transvestite could be around me for 3 years and I not know. That's madness.
I agree.
Not me, brother.
And I disagree.
Not me. It might be for
you
somebody.
mean
3 years?
Oh, you mean...
Or for 2 months. Daddy, you can't be around me for 2
3
weeks
years?
and I don't know.
So long?
Daddy, listen to what
I
I'm
understand what
telling you.
Jaiga's saying, because
it's who the individuals are. I am not
who the
that
individuals.
breed, buddy,
The
where
weight.
you could be around me for, 8 months? And then you go in and tell me, well, I'm not Nicole. Actually, Nicholas, you know that. Daddy, never! And it's not about me being homophobic or anything. I just know me, and I know plenty like
if you
me.
get the front- if you
Trinidad
get-
is a
alright.
place like that, brother. That's what we've been bred to know.
All right, so we're telling me if somebody come from Spain and come down here,
Same thing.
the
I
same
can go.
thing.
I can leave here and go Spain. Understand? It's in our DNA, bro. That's how we operate, especially
It's
black
it.
men. Black men have a way. They aggressive by nature. So these are the things that we want to get at. I'm not saying we have to have sex on the first date, you know. But trust me,
You want to know if something
in the
wrong.
first week, I know something wrong because, Daddy, we love to watch and touch Pikachu. That is who we are. So how are you going to hide that
Oh, you make
for
him
3
feel-
months?
Let me hear what
That's
Lily have to
impossible,
say.
bro.
Lily.
I just been real. I just been real.
Lily.
Now you see what I can understand. Rudy is a father of a girl child. Jaiga is a father of girl children. If they come home and say, well, he really do some time for rape and this and that, you go say, nah, him a black. You would say, leave that man, and you would send for me for rope and shop.
Lily, I want to thank you for the cupcakes. I forgot to tell you, but her class made cupcakes, including Risa and
So
the
much
whole
other
crew, and sent Auntie Nikki cupcakes. So thank you so much. Let's hear what Kemba has to say.
Nikki, good morning. A liar is a thief, and a thief is a murderer.
Oh, God.
Stop it right now.
Oh, God. She went deep, boy. Elias, a thief,
And that team is a murderer. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Neighbor.
Good morning, guys. This morning I have to agree with Lakobu. You know, what's in the past stays in the past. As far as you know, I'm a good Christian Bishop girl, and that is it. If me and Jaiga end up in a little relationship, and he wants to find out what it is that happened in the past with me and Raw, that is me and Raw business. But if down the line I find out Jaiga was a rapist, a murderer, a deadbeat father, or a molester or anything like that, we done. That is it.
That is it.
Cool.
That she sung like she finished off like a strong bishop's girl.
That's how they operate. But again, we being real here, guys. It's all about place and time. You have to understand something, Rudy. we as a culture, we as a people, especially black men in the West Indies, but you really feel.
Figure out what you trying to tell me.
What I'm trying to tell you is,
Like, what you trying to
Rudy,
tell me?
is, and you see you getting it wrong. When I say aggressive, I'm not saying that we have to on the first night, on the first date. I'm not saying that.
Of course.
But the
But
probability of me
yeah,
not
yeah.
knowing for so long is going to be very nil.
And then you will start to go, what going on
Because
there?
at the end, I am very loose like that. That's me. That's been my biggest problem. My mouth is always put me in trouble. I telling you straight. I had relatives with girls in the past, you know, because let me tell you why. From the time you start to move a little off, I started wanting you have a problem. I let you know one time, like, you having issues. You have to let me know. You had to have a medical issue, boss. Yes. Why it is you only hiding your Pikachu, so you have some kind of medical issue, because I don't understand how. Me, I go to you. What me? We started out on the 1st of August. And by independence means you pick. Nah. No, brother. No. I'm not saying we have to have sex. Don't get me wrong.
At least peek Pikachu.
Hey, I'm saying it clear as day, Rudy. I'm not saying we have to have sex. But you cannot tell me we start going out on the 1st of August. And then by lighting up in tongue for independence, never. It didn't happen.
All right, if it's 6 months.
Look how you going further and further. How would we 6 months?
What we on? We wasn't on 3 years?
No, he passed that. He said a week. Joseph
week?
in Australia
You
says.
tell me a week.
You must know whether or not this person is a transvestite. That's my point.
Of course you must know, but what I'm saying is, I talking about soaking.
No, all you getting
No,
tired.
you getting tired. I'm not
All
talking
your
about
men
soaking.
feel,
No.
all you would know You know much men who now women catching men out there?
Yeah,
or
because
they
they're full surgery, Nikki.
What is full surgery I talking about?
No, that's not what you
on
said.
Facebook with this man who was married to this woman.
That full surgery you can't know. You
For
cannot
years. And then it ended up being a man.
Yeah, but full surgery you can't know.
Yeah.
That
Real man can
all right,
that.
let me retract.
On
I
Facebook,
thought
boy.
you said, Nikki, that the person.
Yeah, I just set it up, but maybe I was saying that what I was trying to say. God, Jerry. Yes, what I was trying to say is they probably took that long to tell you.
After having a full surgery.
Yeah, they're full surgery.
Well, I didn't.
Right, so they probably took a year and a half, kind of, because they want to tell you probably before the actual act, right? There are some that insist that you should know what you're getting into. No pun intended, right?
Yeah.
But they wait that long to tell you.
A full surgery, obviously, you'll know. Full surgery, you can't know. It could take long. They could take 2-3 years to tell you full surgery.
Yeah.
But
call it gender reassignment. Thank you, Davan.
Yeah, gender reassignment. but if you cautious like a simple Trinbagonian, you will start to see signs and ask questions early.
I need to sew. I know all I'm trying to tell you.
Well, believe it or not, you and Jaiga on the same page, yeah? Because that's his point
That's
too.
my point. At the end of the day, bro, our nature too, Rudy. From the time I go out with you 3-4 months and I started meet your mother, your sister, your brother, all of them know you had gender
reassignment surgery.
You had a gender reassignment surgery, right? And I started going out and me and you going on good and your parents and everybody thing, and I go in my family home and I find, I seen your little brother and them in the little cricket uniform when they were 6. Your sister and
well, that's what they're saying.
And I started
baby picture.
I started to go like, but wait now, but you adopted? I never seen picture you so.
That is the first sign.
It's an investigation. It's human nature. You will start to see things around that feel funny,
So
bro.
they're not there.
We have a lot of voice notes. Let's try and get 1 or 2 out.
Hey, Jaiga, this is for all red men. If me see it by the second week, you're going for me. I don't talk to you.
That's the best.
That is our you're going down a different road.
Good morning, guys. It all depends on the past, on what type of past they had. And like back to the jail case. If you see make a jail for rape, for murder, that is a no-no. Lock off one time. But if you say you make a jail for chopping a man for raping his daughter, or something like that, I think I could forgive that. So.
Right. Now say what Friday have to say.
Rodell. Friday 13th here. Watch now, Rodell. I was wondering about you sometimes, you know. Seriously. You know, one of them tuna girls and them so bad with you, boy. The scene through you, boy. So.
On Friday, I have to say.
That is it. I thought he bringing a point.
You wrote that just real
Oh,
voices.
Jaiga, for real, brother. You really know what you're saying. After the first week to a month, partner, you must know there's Capricorn here signing out.
All right, I hear you.
Yeah. All your
Now, I
fellas
misunderstood what Nikki said though, but in going back to that, I
But
misunderstood.
either way, but it works what you said too.
Yeah, because that's just in our nature. But if the person did, as you say, Nikki, if it's a full surgery scenario, right? In all technology is now, you cannot tell.
You can't tell these
You wouldn't be able to
all
tell.
them Trini man who feel I could tell boy.
Never.
I could know boy.
You will never know.
Don't get that.
I thought that you meant transgender in the sense they in the procedure
Process.
and they're hiding
I
that
just meant
particular
it-
thing from
they-
you for
it
a while.
took a while to come out because I watch a lot of documentaries, and even though they and I think they made movies on it too. You meet a man and you are full woman, right? You have done the surgery, everything looking best, and they have a conscience, for a better word. So they need to let their partner know this is what you're getting.
I'm sure, but in the
and
earlies,
there's some that just don't do it.
Yeah, because in the earlies, I think now the conscious part is easier because the surgeries are done much better now. 1, 2, it's an easier conversation to have now than 15, 20 years ago. It's an easier conversation now because let me tell you, the world's so different.
Well, after Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, but Caitlyn Jenner can't have a conversation with no man because she old and better nobody.
But no, it just makes the topic a little more.
She can't.
They have a whole show on it.
Come on, she can't do that. But there are so many other people, transgender people out there that
Of
you know
course.
can have that conversation because they're doing it much younger.
Yeah.
As you say, there's so many movies on it. They're doing it much younger. Now a 25-year-old is doing the full surgery at 25.
But there's a show. I forgot her name. She's about 12 or 13, and he's a boy but lives like a girl.
Yeah, and it's and
Right,
by the parents
right.
encourages
so
and everything.
already at 11, 12, she has made, they haven't done the surgery, but they definitely,
They're
she's
getting
living as
getting
a
her ready.
girl. And the family is totally supportive because they are convinced biologically
That it was a
something-
mistake.
yes.
Well, I'm saying if you live in with that from a young age, right, and you grow up like that, but then, and then you meet a man.
It's harder for the man to know because everything child-wise
What
will
going
be.
on happen there?
They would never know. Your family can keep. If in that case of that 11-year-old, remember all the photographs that 11-year-old taken right now will be female photographs.
Exactly.
Right. So by the time that 11-year-old reaches 27, the only time there's no way until she tells that person, I was born a boy, they will ever know because all the history coming up, all the memories, everything. 'Cause remember, her family supportive will only be her as a female. You'll never have no evidence unless the doctor who did the surgery happened to be the fellow you going out with, father or mother, and say, wait now, you going out with Nikita? Oh my God, I did surgery on her 15 years ago. Daddy, were you telling me? Daddy, were you telling yourself? That's the only way. Other than that, no, you'll never know. Never, ever, ever know.
All right, guys. So
We
today,
talking, yeah, we
it
talking
was about the past.
We talking past. We kind of get sidetracked a little bit with the transgender thing, but we
No,
talking.
but it's very relevant in these times. It's very relevant in these times. All you traveling and go Miami and pick up a hot chick in Miami.
One of the biggest concerns of the day, obviously, was being incarcerated. Is something that a lot of people can't really stomach, depending on what it was. You understand?
I not that. I think I would accept a man who do some jail and thing. But again, you know what my cutoff points were.
Depending on what it is you went to jail
Exactly.
for. Because again,
and everybody would have their own values. Yeah, there's some would never go out with a man who made a jail. Or you laughing at me, I say I'd go out with somebody who for
look
2
at
million.
perfect example.
Have a woman who wouldn't even give you
going to jail. Look at perfect example of going to jail, having it on your record. You understand? In a whole totally different life. I have a personal friend, not going to call his name, real personal friend, who had an incident. This is years ago. We were way younger in our teens. Driving down the road, stopped to give our brethren, who older than us, a lift. He said he going by his girlfriend to wash clothes. Right? Picked him up. While doing that, ended up in a roadblock. Right? He came out, the brethren who got picked up came out and walked to the police immediately and said, listen, these youth many others getting my drop, officer. They getting my drop. I'm going to my girlfriend. I tell them I'm going to my girlfriend to wash clothes, but I have a little my own. Right? It so happened, have a little 8 pound in a garbage bag. That was in the trunk. First up date, but by law in Trinidad, everybody has to get years in the car. Right. Everybody went down, everybody was charged, everybody had to, this was a Friday, so everybody had to go to court Monday. Was denied bail the Monday. Paperwork wasn't ready. So I had to spend 2 days in real maximum prison. So you went to jail, you had to go to court. It was cleared on everything years after, but my point is, that person went to jail. Right? You meet somebody, and the conversation came up. Have you ever been to prison? It's an easy conversation to have if you're truly in love with somebody. You say, well, yeah, I've been to jail. So the girl might be like, you went to jail for what? For and the whole story. But again, it's an innocent case of somebody going to jail. Things like that, I could understand.
And as we talking about this, I'm going to take it a step further because I thinking about it, I said, but wait, I know somebody like this. Young again, 16, end up in a situation where a man get killed, but again, was lineman with the wrong crew. That wasn't really him. He's a so-called good boy. But again, he grew up with boys, and that happens many times.
Yeah.
You might come from a good home, but the fellas you grew up with going a certain way, but always still line on the block together any night. Mommy, you like it, but that's your boys.
That's who you grew up with.
That's who you grew up with. Yeah. And a scene went down, and everybody got held for manslaughter and did some years. And a man come out and you fall in love with him and he tell you, when I was young I was in the wrong crowd. I do 10 years for manslaughter. So at the end of the day, we always say every relationship is different, every situation is different, every relationship has its different parameters. It's you and the man, you and the woman to work out what works for all you. Don't watch us, don't listen to us, what works for you.
And I will say again,
what works
for us,
you
is always a case of, and where Trinidad is concerned, a woman in Trinidad, Trinidadian lady, woman, will quicker forgive that, the incarceration,
than forgive being manslaughter. Than what?
Forgive being with Lucy.
Yeah,
her girlfriend.
Yeah.
You swing back and say,
I'm going to take that.
You see your friend Lucy? Who, my home girl Lucy? Yeah. Who else going to watch it? Yeah. I don't think what?
What?
Trinidad girl ain't taking that. It's better you go into jail, brother. You have a better chance of going to prison.
A little manslaughter.
Yeah, a little manslaughter, a little lock up. Yeah. But tell she
that you sleep with my
Lucy,
friend?
who she just go out with. You understand? Let's go and do hair together then. That she friend.
That the girl, yeah.
That the
Right.
girl.
That girl.
You and Lucy had a thing?
Mm-mm.
Trust me.
I will pay a bill.
Yeah, but Trinidad girls like to go to court.
Yeah, yeah.
You
like,
see them outside the prison,
like
Golden Grove, they line up.
Yeah.
They love to do that. It's part of them.
Because you see,
but
we're loyal.
they're not the loyal to that. But you see, when you tell them you was with Lucy, out.
All right, guys. I can take this.
Bye. This is what the Trinity is to tell you when you go with Lucy. Do anything else but go with Lucy.
Bye.
You know what?